Tonight we're discussing the cultural differences, the environment, where students went to school in their indigenous cultures and the transitions they make into the United States classroom. And we're also going to talk about curriculum. And I wanted to remind everybody to tell us where you're from and what your major is. And I want to hear from this lady from
China. China, your curriculum are all fixed, so you cannot change it.
So what you're saying then is that for your particular needs, your specialty, you get to choose from a list.
Yeah.
And there's some variety.
There's a list of variety. You can choose, you have a very large range, so you can choose. And then the best thing is you can choose when you can start this session at first, so you can adjust to your ability and according to experience. It's not like you have to study this first. Actually, maybe it's not used because you don't have that related experience, especially for MBA students, I think.
I'm Rucheta. I'm doing my international business MBA, and I'm from India. When I compare the Indian education to the US education, I realize that it's much more flexible here, because I've seen a lot of people change their majors and minors when and as they decide, and I think one of the reasons is because the entire system lets you do that. It's very free and flexible. So like someone in technology is doing psychology and sociology as well, so which is not something which happens in India. Like if you're doing engineering, you're just doing core engineering courses. And it is a very good thing which the US offers here.
My name is Ramina, I'm from Russia, and I'm studying communication. And I started from business school, and then I felt like it was too much for me, and I switched to communications. And I thought that it is a very flexible, starting from how to do videos, audio production, speech.
Beforehand, before we get into a course, that this is what it is, and by first year or by the first semester I'll finish this, second semester this, and it's mostly pre-decided once you get into a course. So you just know what courses you'll complete at the end of probably your graduation. So you just know what you'll have.
Brings up another area that I wanted to address, and anyone that has a comment on this is, this is kind of a philosophical thing, but have you ever wondered where did your curriculum come from? And when you were in your indigenous cultures, your native cultures, was there something that was not there? Whereas here, we have so many different directions we can take. And would anybody like to comment on that? The choices that were available? Yes, go ahead.
I think that in Russia it's very disorganized in a way, because if you want to be a lawyer, you study this, but it varies, the time periods, and sometimes it can take you a very long time. And here in the United States, you have courses that go on fall, summer, winter, everything is kind of organized, and I think that it's a very big plus.
Like an MBA student wanted to get his professional skills, presentation skills improved, so he could take a presentation skill class, an undergrad level or graduate level, which is very rare to find in India. In India, at the age of 18 or 19, you choose your field, be it a doctor, an engineer, or a commerce, or a bank, or one of those fields. And at the age of 18, you choose that, and then if you want to change, you change after 7 years of studying that, because it's a structured pattern. So that is something I really like about it.
If you start at like freshman, you decide which major you should take in. In our country, like you should decide before you come to the university. So they will consider that it's a waste of time if you spend 1 year to consider about what you should do in the future.
We take 12 to 15 hours as a graduate student, or maybe an undergraduate will be taking 15 to 18. Whereas the case in India, you would be spending like 40 hours of your entire week in your college. And here we can, apart from our college, you can practice your interest. You can be a part of clubs and associations, or you get time to know yourself better, what you're good at, and then practice. When you go back to your classes, you can figure out, okay, this is working for me, so maybe I can emphasize more on that.
I wonder if, here's me being the Debbie Downer again, but I wonder if the freedom to choose so many different things and to switch back and forth through different majors, like I know I did. It took me 6 years to finish my undergraduate because I switched.
I did that too.
But I wonder if it's, if the planned out curriculum where you stick with it, I wonder if that helps keep you focused a little bit more.
I think for people who are very focused and have a clear vision and they just know what to do, for them, a system like India is very good. I mean, they just know where they're going, they have their targets set, they have their aims, and they just focus there and they're there. And most of the times, they're very successful. Like by 25, normally in India, people want to get married and settled, and you don't have such timelines in US as such. So you just have to know where you are by 25. You just have to be in a job by the age of 26, and you have to get married by the age of 27, and have to have kids by the age of, it's the way the families are. So it is in a way good, and we do not have we have a lot of family support, so it kind of compensates if we ever have an emotional stress in our life. So I think that ways India pays off very well.
After this experience in the United States, will it be a challenge for you to go back to your
Yes.
home?
My situation is different. I would love to go back after I finish the undergraduate, maybe because of the major or because of the country that I'm from. There was numerous growth of the petrochemical industry and all these things, which is a good for me as an engineer. But in general, I consider the 4 years that I spent here is the best 4 years of my life. I have learned a lot of things outside the school. Probably the school, there was not a big difference between electrical engineering, for example, in Saudi or in America. It's kind of the same, but interaction, having people, having friends from different countries, especially big state, what I know that they have a big exchange program. So that's why we get a big chance to know a lot of people, to know a lot of culture, and to improve the knowledge and all this kind of thing.
So what I'm hearing everyone saying is that the cultural experience is good, the variety. This has been a wonderful discussion. I think one of the best ones we've had so far.
I want to add something.
Okay, we got about 30 seconds.
No matter where we come from, with education we got here, we're all going to get good jobs.
I think this has been very valuable.
Me too, me
I've
too.
learned a lot.
Thank you so much for coming. Thank you.
All right.